Western European qualifier, matched up against Alliance and almost lost that game 3. In fact, some would say probably should have lost that game 3.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
What was it like to, recuperate? Did you feel like you clicked? And he said, no, not really. We just decided, screw it. We almost got eliminated. Let's not care too much anymore. And, well, it's hard to keep that mentality when you're here on the main stage. But if anybody can get a team together in that kind of thought process, it's got to be the most veteran of Dota 2 players and Puppey.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can muster a win back here. Down a game on the brink of elimination already
30 seconds
at KL. Mickey checking for a ward. He will scout it out.
Question is do they know
they know
which
exactly
side it is, and they're paying it exactly?
This is going to be a benefit for Liquid the whole game, the Slark Night Vision. It's really big here, because again, I feel like the initiations for Secret are a bit harder, right? Like, you can coil someone, you can run in with the Razor, but it's kind of obvious. So if Liquid can just scout where Secret are, start the fight on their terms, they're going to be pretty happy with that, especially if it starts out with Mickey just building stacks. There's not a lot of lockdown for the Slark if he gets to the later items here.
You're going to get 3 bounty runes on the side of Liquid. And they were actually baiting out Puppey in the bottom lane, trying to get a first blood off of him. But since Liquid had 3 other spots controlled, they were like, yeah, there's no need to try and fight over this one.
I mean, Puppey's job is just going to be bloodlust. I'm looking towards Yamich this game. I think he had a really rough game 1 on the Shaman.
Yeah.
I mean, some of that's the Shaman, 18 deaths, so what can you do? But this game, like the Grim, I have a lot of faith in Grim. I still have faith in it in terms of until this patch starts to get figured out, which, I'll see you in a year. I think Soulbind is a really big spell, but for both teams in a sense. Like I was mentioning the lockdown for the Slark. Soulbind is, if it catches the Slark or the Slark +1 in these fights, that sets a lot up for Secret here. Right. So I'm looking towards the Grim's levels and in the laning for him too. Like, we're talking about this Panda potentially having a rough lane versus the Slark, which has been a very favorable counter pick for a lot of these European teams over the entire year. If it's still the case, then you want to give Boom a good start. That falls down to Yamich as well. Play this lane well, set your Panda up for success, and then he's going to pay it back by giving you levels in the fight. That's mainly what I'm looking at in terms of Secret's game plan. And if you're Liquid, well.
Puppey's like, I got all the time in the world. I'll wait for you to come back this way.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for 15 years, son. You're going to have to juke a bit harder than that. Well, plus level 1, by the way. So just looking to play off of Crystallis with the rundown. Definitely helps the Razor a lot.
Yeah.
And this Link lasts longer, right? Like, that was the biggest change to this hero. Less damage per tick, but the 10 seconds on the Link. So if you bloodlust this guy up and he just runs you down in a fight, it seems kind of toxic, to be honest.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially, like, as a laning phase sort of thing, it's pretty difficult to get that Link off of you.
Yes.
When you're moving so slow, that's a massive difference at level 1.
Very obnoxious, says mid one facing his own set of difficulties here, just getting Anna burned out early.
Yeah, he was using a lot of orbs early on to try and secure CS, and if he gets hit by a single EMP, then that is pretty much all she wrote for his mana until the bottle comes in, which is coming soon.
Yeah, Nisha doing pretty well in these early waves for Quas West Wex here, and just burning mid one out. But we'll get water runes guaranteed on Puck, so I'm sure he'll be fine. And for me, we're looking towards Saberlight. For Liquid, one thing I was going to mention is, like, he picked up a lot of that damage slack in those later fights, right? Slaughter is a hero that can do that if he has a really good game, but he is up against some tough spells, and like the Coil, the Brewmaster split that can dispel him and toss him, and the Soulbind.
Yeah.
I almost feel like he needs BKB, but we've seen some of these Slaughter struggle to get there sometimes with the fights and the Roshans and the Tormentors and all this nonsense can't go their way.
Especially potentially having a rough laning phase.
I mean, it's just a tough lane. Honestly, I feel like he's doing great given the early matchup.
Yamich sees the opportunity. They managed to get him a little bit of that brew burn damage. Hit him with a stroke as well, but Magic Missile keeps Boom at bay.
Still level 1 clap. Huh? I think Liquid are pretty happy with how this laning phase is going. I think Nisha's doing fine mid. I think Saberlight's getting a lot down here. 15-5 on the Slaughter, 14-2 for Crystallis. He is suffering, and Light is dead with the blood grenade.
Yeah, they actually killed him instead of the Razor killing Slaughter. This is going to be terrible for Team Secret. His damage is all being taken away, and he doesn't have the bashes, but Boxy's got the damage instead. First blood goes to him.
He missed that life by 1 stick charge because he popped it early. I don't know if he wanted to survive there in the end anyway, but big pickup for Saberlight is, I was saying, this lane is was going really well for him. Now it's just going extremely well. 2 points in the crush will get the job done with the extra damage. Even though you lose all your base damage, Slardar doesn't care. He's still bashing you, he's still stunning you.
I don't know, I read an essay recently that you should definitely be leveling out the bash. So that's very interesting that he did that.
Yeah, it is. It pays off.
It seems like maybe he knows what he's doing.
Didn't even need the sprint. Wow, you really threw that guy under the bus, whoever that random person is from the internet.
Some people set themselves up for it, you know?
I hope he's here. I hope he comes up to you after this match.
I would love to meet him.
I didn't appreciate that, Austin. Here's my friend, the guy who wrote the Lion Shard essay.
Now that guy, I definitely want to meet. That guy is an oracle. Hashtag rise above fate.
He knew. Another EMP will not latch on mid one, so mid one, some of his resources up. You'd like to be able to see him maybe TP just, or at least ganks in these lanes.
No, you got Ignite and you're only level 2 in Bloodlust, so no stun to stop that TP away from Boxy. At least they kick him out of lane a little bit of time, but still not stopping the Slardar domination. Top net worth right now.
And he's just a full level ahead of Crystallis. He is well out in front. This laning phase going extremely well for Liquid now. All 3 cores top of the board. And the problem is they just keep burning mid one's resources mid. So like normally you try and, you know, skew some of these lanes and turn it around. Where's the turnaround?
Burst damage, too much to handle. The Ogre was going mid. And they even had the rotation coming from Insania. Wasn't needed at all.
It is a costly rotation now with the gate mana, I guess.
Yeah. It was 150 mana to make that little back and forth.
Wait. You didn't lose mana.
Did he only lose it one way?
Maybe there's a cooldown on it?
Yeah, a little buffer.
I don't know. Interesting.
I mean, that would make sense if they put that in, because I feel like it would be a little bit too punishing the other way.
Still, Crystallis just hits level 4. Saberlight's almost 6 here. We'll clean up a couple triple wave. I mean, Puppy's just trying to give him as much solo XP as possible, and you can't blame him. But this is also going to hurt his game. He's still level 2.
Yeah, Puppy might just be dying out here. Crystals has got to come out, bail out his support.
I mean, there's just no real bailout here, right? Like, what?
One more hit, he would have gotten the bash, and then maybe Boxy would have tried to line things up after that. Foul Rune, first one of the game, does spawn, and Nisha is going to get his hands on a shield rune. Now, that's kind of whatever for him, but the important part is keeping out of the Puck's hands.
Exactly. Mid one's game just continuing to get slowed down. He had to go to base. He's behind on levels, not getting the power runes. Doesn't have the resources to gank or counter gank either of these side lanes right now. This is where Liquid are happy, because when you're winning the lanes, just keep them how they are and just keep building it over time. Get the 6 on Saberlight. You can definitely look for the kill on Crystallis again, especially if Insania is willing to make a gate rotation. I think you look for it here, because once more, he's up far in the lane, and Insania does not have to be top right now. You already have 6 on the Slark. So mid-gate is fully independent. In fact, he's going to look for the Wisdom Rune contest. Liquid making plays on both side lanes right now. Secret. I don't think Yamich can fight this, man.
He's going to have to give up his life and attempt at a Wisdom Rune. He does manage to get away from him. Mickey will probably collect the kill, though.
Yeah, is that worth? I actually don't know if that's worth, because the Slark gets a stack. He gets extra solo XP. Now it's your own rune, right? You're not even going to get both.
Yeah, and it's going to speed him along to the Diffusal Blade, which is going to be his item choice.
Now, they did dodge the gank bottom. Crystallis aware of the rotation off the Puppy scouting, so they will not lose their Razor again. Secret dodged that one. But they're falling behind on these lanes right now. And, like, the move has to come somewhere. I feel like it has to come off the puck, because I don't know if your supports are doing enough damage right now.
Yeah. Seems like Brewmaster is the one core that is doing okay until he gets ganked by the 2-man support rotation. Well, that'll give him enough, thanks to, in part the evasion there.
Yeah, 3 points for the Brawler. Just trying to play the lane as much as possible with double Bracer, 3 points Brawler. It's a big commitment to just try and stay alive and get to your level 6. But this does not help you fight the Slark at all in terms of aggressive capability.
Good attempt at a dodge, but sadly does not net the power rune over to mid one. That is still controlled by Team Liquid.
Feels like Liquid are just winning all these little battles, right?
Yeah.
Even Crystal is having trouble standing on bottom. The early level discrepancy, phase boots for Saberlight as well. The chase down potential's there.
Which is super concerning, given the fact that Team Secret, they lost that game 1, but the biggest ray of hope was their laning phase. They dominated that, mostly off the back of Puppy's Nature's Prophet.
Yes. And this Razor has been a hero for them that they've used to try and win the laning phase off an early carry pick. This is not a hero that you really want to you know, lose the lane and go jungle. It's pretty slow, pretty clunky.
It's not a hero that you want to see being ganked like this. Puts himself in a corner, does have the TP rotations. Good read by Crystallis as he managed to get just away from Saberlight in time. Now they go for the punish. Ignite to slow down. They're not going to fight back into this Brewmaster, so I think Boxy's life is forfeit here. Probably try and go for the neutral, deny, and does not get it.
Almost got it off the clap.
Yeah, that was a close call.
Still good turnaround for Secret. They have to protect Crystallis on this bottom lane. He cannot go jungle yet. We'll see if he opts for Midas here. I mean, it is a route you can go on the hero. He feels like he has to catch up in levels. But he's going to be behind Mickey, right? Mickey has just been given solo XP this entire time. And once more, Liquid's just going to bring the numbers on the Razor with a Sunstrike.
Adding the extra bit of damage required. Another kill on the Razor. All right, well, at this point, you got to bring this puck to something because things are just going way too wrong for Team Secret. Mickey is just abusing the fact that there is so much attention away from his lane. And right as Midone tries to make the rotation, he just TPs out.
Space created for himself in this instance, and the whole time this is happening, Nisha just gets to sit mid and Sunstrike some plays, right? I actually feel like this level 1 Export Sunstrike has been underutilized. It does a lot more damage now than it used to.
Yeah.
It's all pure, so it doesn't cost you too much. You can just sit here and throw it out on all these little skirmishes or ganks, and once again Crystallis is in trouble. This would be a 4th death for the Razor if he does go down at the end of this. Roshan's helping him out, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Saberlight is going to commit for this kill. He's taken a lot of damage from that ultimate, but alone, nobody TPing, rotating from the side of Team Secret now with the amplified damage rune on Nisha.
This is getting a little out of control.
Yeah, they have to kill him right here. There is no doubt about it. They have to commit for this kill. They have to get a punish somewhere in here, and they're going to use Coil and Brewmaster's ultimate to get it. But in the end, they do manage to collect a bounty that was worth 750 gold for them.
Yeah, it's one of those numbers you see and you're happy you got it, but at the same time you're like, well, this game is going a little rough if it's worth that much at 10 minutes.
Yeah, we must be behind a lot, and they are.
I do like this Inkswell puck combo, though. Yamich did max it. They don't have a lot of ways to use it super early, but if you can swell Midone in off a coil and just guarantee that extra stun into the silence, that's a lot of control. It will help you make these early plays on the mobile heroes from Liquid. But man, Saberlight has been unchecked in this early game, and Midone should be fine.
Yeah, Midone might have to use an orb here to make sure he's okay. As he gets silence off the tornado, blood grenade gets thrown out. He's low. Oh, jumps over the side just in time, and the Sunstrike will not land.
Almost walked into it.
Close call, Liquid.
He's gonna have to go to base, and the question is, can Liquid pressure this tower? They rotated Mickey over. He has a full defusal done, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary.
There is a glyph up. Just don't want to have to use a glyph when there's not even creeps on it. Like, Puppy does not want to lose this tower right now. Echo Saber done for Saberlight. So this Slardar he's top of the board. He could also make that rotation into mid. Now, last game it plagued Liquid, but I think in this type of game, they just make mincemeat of him. Because nobody is standing against Corrosive Haze plus the Vengeance wave coming through. It's so much minus armor early.
Yeah, that's a good point. Add on to the fact that it has this attack damage reduction as well. Pretty potent tool for these early game fights, which is why Team Secret were playing so defensively around that mid tower. Only leaving the Ogre out there.
Yeah, Puppy knows that the fight is coming to them. That's why he's been sitting here for a while and just wants to be ready for the move.
Liquid have overextended on these mid tower pushes before. And Tornado, good job to be able to stop that link. This is the problem with playing Razor in this matchup.
Just controlling everything about these fights.
Meanwhile, Boom burned out of mana here. They get the silence onto him with the Inkswell, but Mickey is going to be fine. In fact, Boom may still be in trouble. Thankfully, the Inkswell is too big of a threat for Mickey.
Pick up there as he's just rushing Radiance, by the way. No boots Brewmaster, Radiance rush. Honestly, might have it at a decent time here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to do some heavy lifting on damage the way that this Razor game is going so far. Soulbind, Boxy marching up solo here. Does have the help coming in from Mickey soon. We got to start retreating. Mickey. Backstab from Saberlight. Beautiful play by him. Finally making his face show up in some other lane, and it nets them 2 kills for his effort.
Yeah, this game is getting very troublesome for Secret. That rotation from Saberlight is the perfect one, and he didn't even have to do it with the tower still up. The tower died in that entire sequence as well, so Just gets a free 2-hero backstab. He's going to have a very fast blink here. Just feels unstoppable. I mean, I guess this is why this hero was #1 banned.
Oh no, mid one, not able to get the jump over to the orb. Controlled up for too long, has to use the silence down, but now the urn hits them with a cold snap on top, and that's easily kill for Nisha. Mickey sets it up, and Nisha knocks it out of the park, getting the kill.
Liquid just taking over the entire map right now. And Slark does not make these types of map control positions easier because he kills all your wards at the same time.
Yeah.
Roche is also going to be open very early for Liquid off the Slardar amp lineup. He's going to have to draw something back. And it's going to have to be off of support ults, I think. Like, get some good multicast ignites going through off a Soulbind with Max Inkswell. And this Radiance off the Brewmaster, punish an overextension.
Being chased down, trying to get off the ultimate. Oh, man! 30 HP.
And he got that off of the Drunken Brawler toggle. He went to the Void Brew for the status resist.
Oh, that's good.
Make sure he didn't get, chain stun off the cold snap.
Dude,
very
Boxy.
play.
Oh my God, Boxy. He's going to try and get the shot onto him right as he comes back. He doesn't even need to hit him with the shot initially. Slows him down and gets the finish.
Now the smoke did connect on Nisha, so that's still worth it for Secret. I mean, really heads up play by Boxy. A lot of solo XP for him, but
yeah, almost 1,000 gold for that kill.
This Invoker kills the bigger one. It frees up a lot of space on the map. You get some breathing room, get your cores involved. Man, these deep wards are plaguing Secret right now. Puppey is searching for them, but it does not look like he will find this last remaining dire ops in their jungle. And Vic is just controlling the whole other side of the map. Level 11 right now. And we'll get his courier back, so Mage Slayer for him.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. What do you think? I mean, it's a great Mage Slayer game, but it doesn't build into
they removed the scaling on it.
Yeah.
Has to feel worse on carries now, but he just feels like he's probably going to be invincible with the extra resist. And
he seemingly is not wrong so far.
Double link.
Onto 2, they can get the double link, yeah.
Double break.
But they can't actually get aggressive off of it. Not with Saberlight lurking there in the wings.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this Mage Slayer if you can't build in anything. Just feels kind of stagnant in a game where you're leading a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'll save him in some of the fights. Maybe he feels like he's going to have so much damage with all these amplification spells coming through that if he's alive, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly fits the playstyle that he's trying to use this Slark with right now, right? He's being super in their face.
Really caught Boxy.
Do manage to catch him. Okay, Coil's going to be used. They do manage to finish him off. Mid one's going to be a little bit low here, but the stacks are not quite there for the Slardar. Deals with that Phantom before he starts back away.
You're really looking for another Blink engage, maybe, as... Now Mickey just TP's out, so he's just going to abandon the fight.
Okay, Secret getting more than just a pick off. Managed to get 2 this time.
Yeah, mid one finally completed that Witchblade, and now they have a bit more damage, a bit more kiting ability. Slow down the Slardar. I mean, you got to remember, like, I still feel like the Slardar's team fights are difficult. For Saberlight to blink into Coil, Soulbind, potential Razorlink, Haze, Radiance, Burn with evasion, it's still a bit annoying unless he wants to commit for BKB. It's just his game is so damn good now.
Yeah.
Good, he's just untouchable. Big question for Liquid is how early do you want to try and Roshan in this game? You have so much map control. You have all the lanes pushing in. You have the night vision advantage. I gotta think they're thinking about doing it early.
Big crush. Almost bursting him down in time. The Soulbind's going to keep him at bay a little bit here. Mid one can't jump to his orb in time. It wasn't going to go far enough anyway. Just too much damage too quickly for the puck to be able to operate with.
They're going to go more.
12, Saberlight. Oh. Yeah, that Alacrity combined with the Slardar's burst to the bash against a hero with no armor.
And that's a 2 points Exort Alacrity, so that's not even close to online yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's 22 bonus damage. So we'll see you in about 10 minutes here when that slaps a bit harder.
Wait,
Radiant
he's going Solar Crest?
Done for Boom, and he's almost level 12. So this is a big Brewmaster timing. And then he's picking up a Pavis, yeah. Isha thinking about Solar Crest. Maybe it's just a value item now.
I mean, a value item maybe, yeah, but very curious. I mean, I guess he doesn't need to do any damage, right? He's got 2 cores that could do it for him, so you support utility items.
I mean, this is an item that's been built on an ogre. Not out of the realm of just generally good.
Coil after the Dark Pact here. Mickey's immediately going to snap it again, in part because that Mage Slayer, he's tankier than you would expect.
I mean, Secret want this level 2 brew team fight. This is like Boom's strongest timing for a long while.
The difficulty is going to be finding enough heroes here. Swap's actually going to be used on Mickey. I'm not sure if that's what they actually want out of this. Insania's definitely dead. And Secret want to be able to find more fights. In fact, they've almost got him. Soulbind is controlling.
That's a really good one.
He got off his ultimate, but it's only going to last so long. The Plasma Field almost finishing him off, but they don't continue the chase. They go for the Invoker instead, who slips through the trees, but now he's got the Ink Swell on him. Do they have the detection? Got him with the dust. Pull him back in. Nice use for the Void Panda to push him right into the full team of Team Secret. And Saberlight now comes back in with Mickey, but with their Invoker already dead.
No
and Mickey's in trouble. No ultimate here. The Glimmer Cape buys a little bit of time, but it's not enough. Team Secret a massive win as instead of just cutting their losses, Liquid try and save everybody and instead lose 3 heroes when they could have just lost 1.
Really nice smoke from Secret. Maybe just catching Liquid off guard with how that started. I mean, Insania swaps, and I feel like at this point, you're just getting out. The Soulbind was incredibly nasty here as mid one scouted that TP just at the edge, and Yamich catches both the cores you want to catch. That is the setup that is going to lead to success in the team fights. For Secret, if they can just run everybody down with some extra buffs from, you know, the Ogre, giving you Bloodlust, giving you the Moose Beat, giving Crystallis a bit more damage, just catching people in an isolated position. I mean, you're just watching each other die at this point if you're Liquid, and Mickey makes a bad leap in with no ult. H-Slayer not saving.
Blunder and a half.
Yeah, that's a big misstep here as he was having a very free game. And I feel like that's going to hurt his build as well, right? Like, you go this early Mage Slayer on the Slark, you want to be winning these fights with the Slark playing super aggressive, putting Secret in a position where they can't come back. Now, this item, I don't want to say it feels like a dead item, but
certainly can't afford to be dying. And Agadam's going to be slowed down, which means the Razor is going to feel all the more potent for this window of time.
I don't know, it feels like Secret just have better spells. Unless Saberlight is controlling the fight. Like, he's the big fighting force here.
Yeah.
And as I said, I think he needs BKB to be able to stick in there. If the Brew gets split off, Saberlight can't take the long fight. Because he's going to get Dispelled, tossed. You can't really burst the Brewlings yet, I think. If they get to that point, it's a very different story. But this Radiance is doing a lot of work. And that level 2 Brew ult just prevents Saberlight going in along with the Soulbind. So he kind of needs BKB to man up, and that's a ways away here.
You can see armor is the name of the game here. We have 3 different dragon scales. We are going to have just a little bit of audio issue, and we'll get right back into this game 2 where Team Secret, I mean, it was kind of looking at this point that, or not this point, but 5 minutes ago, that they could just get shut out pretty hard. Team Liquid, they dominated the Western European qualifier, and they easily came at first. Team Secret, they managed to limp through the lower bracket, and the way this series was going, it looked like Team Liquid was just showing we're the superior team all around.
I mean, yeah,
this is a big turnaround.
10 minutes ago, you could have said this game might just be over.
Yeah.
But now I actually think they're probably favored here for like the next 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, they've got a good window on Team Secret to make things happen.
Yep.
One of those things is probably that big man on screen right there, the Roshan.
If they can steal Roshan, that is huge. Their lineup's really bad at doing it. So
yeah. They have to like win a really big team fight.
But even if they stall out Liquid from taking it, like this is a game where Liquid could have done it at 15, 16 minutes if the game's just steamrolling over.
Yep.
The fact they get these team fight wins means that's going to get delayed, and that's a good sign for them because they can contest the later Roshans. It's the early ones that are probably the more difficult. And we're looking at that man on screen. That's an Ogre with a Midas.
Oh, okay.
Puppey has caught up in this game. He's almost level 10. He's got that Midas roll. He's ready to scale, baby. I mean,
and he's going to go Lotus next to help deal with the Corrosive Haze. There's a lot of single target, actually.
Yeah.
Magic missiles, swaps.
His items can be super impactful in this fight if he gets to the Lotus Orbs, extra armor items like casual Vlads, anything like that, 4 staves. If he gets to Hex, Hex is cheaper now. Ogre uses a lot of these offensive items better. E-Blade, they got buffed, for example.
Yep.
You could get really far. It's just the fact that Puppey recovered in this game. I don't even know really where he got that recovery from. He's the highest farmed support in the game. Off of him being like level 2 at 7 minutes, right?
Yeah, he was given Chrysalis all that solo experience. Maybe it didn't work for them in lane, but they found a footing.
Ice Frog.
Now let's see if they can...
Observing his monstrosity.
What, the Slardar?
Everything. Everything's a monstrosity in a new patch.
From your initial gut reaction, what do you think is the one thing that it's like immediately going to be nerfed in the B patch? What is the first thing that Ice Frog puts in, you know, like the notes?
Other than Shadow Shaman -1 base armor?
No, I think the Shadow Shaman from last game kind of showed that the hero's not OP yet.
It's hard to say. It's probably items, right? I feel like items dictate modern Dota a lot more than heroes sometimes. And some of these items just got buffed a lot. They got rearranged. I'm sure there's some heroes that just like abuse the hell out of the new Veil. Or I also feel like Aether Lens being built into another item is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like Aether Lens is one of the strongest items in Dota in terms of team fighting and skirmishing, which is where the meta's been pushing the game.
Right.
So if you can build an early Aether Lens on all these heroes and then have it go into a powerful item later, which, you know, E-Blade is no joke. Like, that's a pretty good recipe, right? You remember the patch where Octarine became the item of the patch.
Yep.
That was because Aether Lens built it. So that's something I'm looking at too. Like, those types of items, I think, change the game a lot, and they make certain heroes really powerful. So one of the numbers things that stood out to me was actually, we have not seen him a lot, but Abaddon.
Me
Curse
too.
damage.
Yeah.
It seems pretty nice, right? Like, that's one of those heroes where he becomes very toxic and hard to deal with very quickly.
Yep.
Once he starts to become viable on like these flex positions and core ab and stuff like that, I'd be interested to see if that hero has a place in this meta because he's just been out of meta for so long. I don't even remember the last Abaddon patch.
He does level one curse. If you get to the 4 stacks, it does 135 damage.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot of extra damage to just give a hero out of randomly, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see the rundown here. I mean, this is why you skill the points in Crush, right? That's the lesson of that. Oh,
yeah,
this
if
is
you
just,
can't win the trade-offs.
this is just a Crystallis death reel. Is that what we're doing now?
It's going to brief recap of the game. Well, it's going to be a recap of Team Liquid killing heroes for like 15 minutes straight. And then a couple of turnarounds from Team Secret.
Yeah, the one thing about this Liquid lineup that maybe slowed them down a bit is I don't think their supports were the best at enabling the start Mickey had. Which there's not a lot that necessarily do it with the Slark, but I'm thinking of like IO Slark, right? Like, let's say this was an IO instead of Avenge, just running around with the Slark.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to be up more gold and just controlling the map way easier. It's just the supports for Liquid are a bit clunkier, so they kind of have to choose who they play around and choose their fights a bit more carefully. And I think it maybe hurt him a little. Not that it's like the biggest factor, but it's interesting to see these differences as mid one will get his double dodge here. Oh, they didn't see the second one. Okay, no highlight reel for you, sir.
Well, it looks like we are about ready to go back into the game soon here. So we get some more Dota underway. Shout out to everybody who's here at the stadium, man. You guys really showed up at the stadium nice and early, man. Friday at noon is usually not a time for a stadium to be filled out. Shout out to all of you guys who made the trip, showed up nice and early to watch all of the tournament here.
I mean, it's Southeast Asia. They have a legacy of the best fan stuff hold, you know?
Exactly. That's why we love coming to see in the first place is you guys, the fans, make it so fun to be able to cast in these arenas, in these stadiums. Everybody's so loud. Everybody shows up.
Not even a rookie in the game, let alone the crowd.
Yeah, is that hero get any...
I don't even remember if that hero got changed.
Mana cost rescaled on Tricks of the Trade.
Yeah, so basically, you know,
Good
luck next year.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Ricky at some point in 2035.
2035.
He's on trajectory now.
Oh, I hope Dota's still around by then. I hope I'm still around by then.
Well, you might not be, but Dota will outlast all of us, I have a feeling, in some capacity.
Not sure if that's good or bad.
Puppy maybe not too happy about this puppy pause. All the memes coming back
That's
on
an
him
old
today.
meme right there.
That's the pauses. The Ogre Magi.
I asked Puppy about what happened with him at mid one. You know, how'd he come back into the fold?
That's a straightforward
for
question.
Team Secret. Yeah.
Hey, Puppy, you guys still have mega beef or?
I mean, something, you know, like if you guys split apart and you come back together after such a long time, there had to be a catalyst, right? There had to be something that triggered
I don't even remember another instance in Dota where that's happened with like such high profile players that had a good as run as they did.
Yeah.
They were the dominant team that season. And then like 5 years later, they get the player who many consider the best player of that year.
Yeah.
Like going into that TI and that run and all those majors, it was Midway. He was dominating that year, right?
Yep.
And then to end up back with your old captain on your old team like 5 years later. Pretty crazy.
And you know what it was? It was this last TI. The team that Mid1 was playing for, they were having some visa issues, right, at the time.
Yeah.
And there was the potential. Puppy was supposed to stand in for them.
Yeah, everybody thought he was going to show up.
Yeah, and they got the
Like a
visa.
WWE entrance with the machete out of nowhere, you know, but
exactly.
didn't happen.
Yeah, John Wild, the last second, got his visa like literally the day before,
Yeah,
something
so
like that. So
maybe they had a talk, you know?
well, more than talking, they were scrimming together, right? Because
That's
you know,
true.
Puppy's going to be playing. You got to start practicing, and so he was playing with them, and he said that he really enjoyed playing with Midwan and Afu. He had a lot of praise to give them. Said
sense.
a lot of their attitude and perspective on the game was something new and fresh to him. And
That helps a lot. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's one of the biggest factors in Dota is feeling like you have new ideas and new ways to go, and you're not stuck in this bubble think tank that you've built over the years, because it's very easy to get stuck in that in a team environment. It doesn't take long. Even a couple months, sometimes you stagnate.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest reasons teams like bringing coaches in. But it's also a reason coaches sometimes lose value over time.
Yeah, I mean, they had a duo there, Puppy and Heen,
Yes,
for a long time.
One of the
on Team
longest,
Secret. Yep.
actually, in the history of Dota.
And they recently switched things up for this season.
Now the longest running player-coach duo in Dota is...
RTZ Bola.
That would be correct, I believe, yes. And Arteezy Volva still together.
Yeah.
It's been like 6 years almost.
They'll have to prove their worth with their new roster.
True.
Yopaj, Kid Track, both coming in. Didn't get to see them for this qualifier, though.
Biding their time. Waiting in the shadows. Waiting,
You know,
right.
waiting for Tundra to move to Western Europe, so it's completely uncontested.
Yes. Yeah. All according to plan.
Yeah. But yeah, he said, on top of that, he said, you know, Midwan, obviously it's just been a long time. So he said Midwan's matured a lot. Said he has a very, like, this guy really wants to win, but he also considers, you know, everybody's perspective. And
I mean, I'll tell you, the #1 way you can humble a Dota player is kick his ass.
yeah,
You get humbled real fast when you're sitting out there on the sidelines for like 3 months. You don't get a call from anybody. You
Or
have
even-
to come to the realization, okay, I'm not good.
even worse, you go and try and do your own thing, captain your own
Yeah.
teams.
That's the
and-
other way. Yeah,
and
that's
then
number
you're the
2.
captain, right? And you have to deal with all the bullshit that goes along
Dude,
with captaining, you know,
that is
4 other Dota players.
1,000% true. All these cocky core players in the world, they think they can just go captain a team. You're like, I can do that. I can draft and strategize and tell people how to play and get people together. They do it for like 1 week. They're like, get me the hell out
Yeah,
of here.
Midwan probably aged like 10 years within that one
It really
season.
is, dude. You have gray hair. You don't have it going in, but you got it going out. It is a tough job.
Yeah, so
You know, it goes back to another recent Reddit meme thread about, you know, pro players are just kids pushing buttons. Somebody has to wrangle those kids pushing buttons. You know,
Yeah.
someone has to teach them all these things and study all these games, and that's the coach or the captain. That's it.
all right, well, there's a lot to be taught, a lot to be learned in this new patch, and we're going to take a little break to, you know, catch up on some patch notes, but hopefully our game 2 of Liquid versus Team Secret will be coming back shortly. Don't go anywhere. We're just fixing things real quick, and we'll be back.
So stick around. Just so cool, cool. Just so cool, cool. So stick around. Yes, I'm yes,
Hello, world. Welcome back to KL. Yes, my friends, we are getting this game ready to go, fixing some technical issues here, but this is a rare opportunity, you know? Never before in your lives have you probably been in a situation where the players are trapped. They are unable to leave their booths as they must wait for these technical issues to be fixed. So, what's your favorite team out there? What's your name?
Yes, my name is Han. Hello, guys.
Hello! Get up! All right, you like any players up there?
Sorry?
Do you like anyone up on the stage? Any players?
Luckily, I'm Guy, but I really like Insania. Insania, do you hear me? Insania!
He hears you! Anything you want to say to Insania?
Yes, Insania. Thanks, because of you, I reach immortal. Thank you so much.
Whoa! Fantastic! My goodness. All right. Anybody else want to say something? What do we got here? Oh my goodness! Look at this. You guys custom make this?
Yes, we customize it.
This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. This doesn't deserve to exist. It's so cute. Look, it's little celery right there. That's beautiful. All right, well, they're not playing right now, but any words out there to them?
Let's go, Gigi.
Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. Wow, that's great. Who do you have? Oh, the fire. All right, any words out there?
Yeah, let's go, Liquid.
Let's go, Liquid. Where's the chibis and Liquid there? Boxy's crying. He wants to see his little cute version.
Yeah, I can see him cry right now.
That's good. All right, keep crying, Boxy. Keep it off camera, though. Thank you so very much. Oh, we got, dude, can you pick a real hero? Holy, oh, great. Yeah, I got me. Fantastic. Welcome. What do we got here? What is this?
You scepter.
Oh, the Yule Scepter. Okay. Can we embarrass her? Is that okay?
Sorry?
Do you mind if we embarrass her?
Why? What are you gonna do?
Okay, if you could stand up and Yule's him for me, that'd be really great. You mind spinning around for us?
Sure.
I've never seen somebody so disappointed. All right, come here. All right, I need you to cast your Yules, and you've got to spin around for me, all right? Make it look real. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, make the noise. Yeah, baby! Oh, it's so real. I felt it. What else we got? What are you guys eating? What's going on over here? Wow, she does not want to be on camera. As soon as I walked over, she gave the biggest frown I've ever seen. Don't worry, you're safe. What are you guys doing?
Eating chicken wing, bro?
Ooh, tasty? That clearly has a bite in it. Why would you offer me that? He has an entire box uneaten. Can we get this, please? This entire box is uneaten, and he offers me one with a gigantic bite out of it. Why?
Spreading COVID.
Ah, that's my boy! Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you sit next to this guy. That's fantastic. Hello, what do we got back there? Oh, secret insert meme here. Very uncreative. That's okay, my friend. That's why we watch. No problemo. Hello. Oh, Team Secret jersey. How you feeling?
Kind of nervous.
Kinda nervous. Well, Puppy just made eye contact with you, so I'd be nervous too. Any words For Team Secret there, as they were about to get back into the match, they could use your help.
You guys can do it.
You, what? Say it again?
Go for game 3.
Go for game 3, Team Secret! Yeah, baby. That is what I like to see. Oh my goodness. Hello, what are you on your phone? Are you bored? You don't like this? Okay, we're filling here. How you doing?
Everything good.
Okay. You having a good time? Who are you texting?
I don't know.
Okay, can I see?
Huh?
Can I talk to him?
Huh?
Let me see your phone.
Yeah?
Yeah, who are you texting?
My
All right, thank you so much. Don't worry about it. It's all good. All right, don't worry about it. Oh, who else we got in the crowd there? Ooh, hello. Team Liquid jersey up here. You could have sat in the front, but you chose back here. I'm sorry, I came in really hot. How you feeling?
Good, because they're winning.
Yeah, that's true. Were you surprised by anything in that game? Anything look broken in the new patch? Should Ice Frog nerf anything?
I think the day before, when Lone Druid couldn't pick up the items in Azuri's games. Yeah, I remember that. That's broken.
I feel like we should have kept that.
No.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for your input. We'll file that one away. What do you got there? That's a Sheever face right there. Wow, look at that, Sheever. Wow! That is the least disturbing thing I've ever seen. Fantastic. Very cool. Do you, why'd you pick Sheever?
it's a spin. Yeah.
Oh, do you like Sheever? You think she's a good host?
Yeah. I do.
Okay. Any words for Sheever? She's listening right now.
It's my number.
No! Put away. Very dangerous crowd here. Very dangerous crowd. You look excited. Hello? You guys want to talk? Excuse me. Hello. Pardon me. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah. What?
Pawan!
What's your name?
Kimi.
Which one of you is the bigger Dota fan?
Guess me, of course.
Oh, gee, you're not even fighting for it, sir. Are you a bigger Dota fan?
I've been playing from Dota2.
Oh my goodness. What's the MMR?
I'm just a big fan of Flax.
Oh, it must be low then. No. What's the MMR, sir?
Used to be Immortal, but now I'm 3K.
That's okay. What caused the drop to 3K?
Immortal is my target, but I retire after Immortal.
Oh, you retired. You pulled a Jerax. You won the game and then you let it go, huh?
Yeah. That's my... I think Dota2 is just a lifetime hobby right now.
That's right, my friend. Well, you retire in peace. Don't worry, guys. Just because you were once immortal, you can go down to 3K too. You can give it up. Thank you, sir. Any words out there? Any shout-outs?
Let's go, Sir Action Slacks!
That's me. I don't need it. Thank you so much. I'm doing fine, but I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Anybody else want to be on camera? Oh, this guy's leaving. Where are you going, son? Hello? Oh, he just took a new seat. He just joined us. He has no idea that we're coming. Okay, hello. How are you?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Where you been?
What?
You just sat down. What have you been doing?
Oh, I get some signature.
Oh, those are good ones. Monet, NTS, Baboki. Oh, yeah, that's good. Whose signature do you want the most?
Nothing to say. Malaysia boleh.
All right, fantastic, guys. Well, it seems like we have got more stuff coming your way, so don't worry, everybody. Keep tuned in. I'll keep attacking the crowd members as much as I can. We'll throw it over to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Spin one more time.
Most known Dota organization in a large part of the world, and for good reason.
There's really nothing left for Talon. They're going to call it here. GG. Team Liquid continuing to have Talon's number in playoff series.
They spent the majority of 2023 chasing after their nemesis, Gaming Gladiators, but time and time again, ultimately losing out to them in the grand finals.
GG is called. Gaming Gladiators once again. They'll take the title here. 3-1 against Team Liquid.
In spite of this, they still have to be considered one of the best teams in the entire world throughout the year. What makes them so consistent at the highest level of Dota? Team Liquid tends to favor and prioritize picking strong support heroes for the incredible support duo of Foxy and Insania. with huge success on aggressive heroes such as Ancient Apparition or Dark Willow. They can often seem lost traditional post 4 but can make kills happen.
Boxy, you better get Hound out of here. Yep, that's going to be another Sunder to bring down Boxy again.
With an almost unrivaled level of team playing coordination, Team Liquid are experts at controlling the flow of the game from early game to late game and weaving in and out of team fights. This leaves their opponents with an extremely difficult task if they want to be one of the few teams to beat them, where they are required to either avoid fights and try to safely pick up whatever scraps or farm Team Liquid leave them, or take them head-on in teamfights, something most teams in the world struggle with. And top pro players stepping down from the team as one of the main forces behind the drafts, along with being the top offlane player, 3-3 will step in and try to fill this extremely vital role. However, at this event, Saberlight will be standing in for them instead. It remains to be seen if the new Team Liquid
흔들리는 나의 눈빛 모두 알고 있는 걸 아무리 숨겨보려 해도 가려지지 않는 걸 I'll never miss this chance make it dance 해가 뜨는 것도 모르게 Dance time to dance 집에 가는 것도 까먹게 붉어진 너의 하얀 불을 좋아해 움켜진 문제들은 모두 가볍게 손 들고 태워 이 순간을 빨갛게 녹여진 분위기는 뜨겁게 아무리 어렵다고 해도 시작하면 되는 걸 처음이 어색하다 해도 이미 익숙해진 걸 I'll never miss this chance make it dance 해가 뜨는 것도 모르게 Dance time to dance 집에 가는 것도 까먹게 붉어진 너의 하얀 불을 좋아해 움켜진 문제들은 모두 가볍게 손 들고 태워 이 순간을 빨갛게 녹여진 분위기는 뜨겁게 우리 둘이 눈을 마주보고 춤을 춰보자 우리 둘 해가 뜨는 것도 모르게 Dance time to dance 집에 가는 것도 까먹게 흐려진 너의 하얀 불을 좋아해 움켜진 문제들은 모두 가볍게 손 들고 태워 이 순간을 빨갛게 녹여진 분위기는 뜨겁게 우리 둘이 두 눈을 마주보고 춤을 춰보자 우리 둘이 두 눈을 마주보고 춤을 춰보자 I see you turning around. You shine the brightest now. There's no doubt this current's changing, changing. Still about this danger waiting, waiting,
Welcome back, everybody. Team Secret versus Liquid. Game 2 is back underway. We are 20 minutes into the game, a 5,000 net worth lead for Team Liquid. Yes, Liquid is winning the game right now, but Team Secret just got themselves a very big victory. Hold up. Oh, okay. Nisha snipes one on the Tormentor. Could have been worse, honestly.
I mean, what can you do? You know, you take Puppy with you. I guess they'd rather have the Tormentor go to them than Puppy not go.
Yeah,
Nisha, you know, so.
I would trade a shard for Puppy's life. Yeah,
that was very close. Almost got it. So if you remember where we left off, you know, Puppy had picked up his Midas. He's starting to scale. Boom with that look of, whoa.
Oh, captain, my captain. But yes, Team Secret just got a big victory in a team fight. It feels like they were about to build up a little bit of momentum, but getting, okay. Missed out on the fear shot there, so Boom's gonna be A-okay.
So they have to find a way to back into that zone, right? That was working for them, which was pretty much the team fighting. They made a really good move off the level 2 Brult with the Radiance. If they can keep going with that off cooldown, you want to make it work while you can and just continue to scale up. You have Bloodlust on your side, and you have a Grimstroke that still is a very effective soulbind.
Still going for this kill onto Boom. Now his ultimate is just about to come up, and he's going to get it off in time. Now Saberlight's going to be in some trouble as the TP rotation's coming out. Coil snaps on to 2, pull them back immediately, but mid one's got to be careful. Thankfully, the Inkswell's there from Yamich. Slows down the Slardar and that big burst of damage where he almost caught mid one out.
Saberlight's still struggling, trying to get to that BKB in terms of the actual fights, right? Panda causing him problems. That was very close. He got some evasion off the Radiance and the Brew. Definitely proving problematic as well. I mean, you pretty much have 100% evasion almost when this is up.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot that pierces it on Liquid side. Like, do you want to buy early MKBs on these heroes? Probably not.
And he's really planning to just keep that scale going. He's looking at Boots of Travel, but Manta as well.
I mean, any Dispel is going to be really nice here. Remove the Slardar amp, remove some of the debuffs from the Invoker. Even it makes it harder for the Slark to go in. So yeah, these Mantas are going to be nice. Crystallis also rushed his on the Razor. I mean, I think you had 2 routes, like go for the Recovery Midas or just go Manta here and
grabs the well, trying to go for the kill, but a Haste Rune on the Muerta. Boxy also got a Glimmer Cape.
And this will be the early Roshan attempt from Liquid. They're going to try and force it with Saberlight. They've had enough with this map not going their way in the recent minutes. So 2 Solar Crests. I guess you have permanent Solar Crest for your teammates, which you can't use offensively anymore, but you have this hand.
Yeah, that is really interesting. They just keep on putting on Saberlight. He's taking no damage from this at all. And this is really bad for Team Secret because we talked about how they can't necessarily take Roshan for themselves, but winning fights and delaying it for Liquid could have been a key point.
Still, he just goes to Slardar here. So really prioritizing Saberlight's impact in the fight. They're not going to give it to the Slark, which traditionally is a very good Aegis holder. Because you go in, you can build up a lot of stacks, you can push your hero to the limit and not have to resort to the ulti or the shard. You can save him for the second light.
It's going to be even worse if he loses that Aegis without a response whatsoever. The Swell's going to stall him up long enough for Chris Close to be able to grab him. And yeah, that Razor Shard made it so he didn't go anywhere.
Still has coil too.
He has a blink. Is he going to be able to blink away? No, York was right on top. Good swap from Insania, though. Will bail him out. Boom is still going to look for him with the Brewlings, but I think he's more than far enough away, so they'll just have to content themselves, take away the Aegis, get the Venge kill, and take it to Tier 1 tower. Not too shabby.
For free. I mean, you couldn't have ruled, but who cares? We've already seen the power of that Razor Shard. Another spell that's a problem for the Slardar in the actual engagement.
Yeah.
And also really nice for Slark if you ever catch him without the pounce.
Puppey, they're going to try and burst him down real quickly, but Yamich does have that Dispel thanks to the Inkswell, and Puppey's not too afraid of turning back around now. Glimmercape gets rid of that silence. Boxy, though, still going to be caught in the coil.
Saberlight aggressive blink here.
Gotta be careful against this Razor. Doesn't let him build up too much damage, just 58 stolen.
So Ag's finished for Mickey. This is where some of the fight setup can change. You can start to let the Slark go in and build up some stacks, go back out. But you gotta have somebody start to deal the damage here. And Liquid are just going up against a brick wall. They've had troubles committing onto the core, so Mickey gonna try and force the issue of it. His daytime hurts him a little bit. I mean, these Solar Crests are interesting, but I also wonder if this, I'm assuming that the Solar Crest buff is like a normal buff so it can get removed as well from the Brew Storm Panda.
Yeah, we dispel and
so like there's a lot of buffs that are getting dispelled here off the Storm Panda if Boom just cast it off cooldown. And it's something to think about, because Boxy's also going utility on the Muerta. He's not building the like Atos, Lothars, you know, old school scale build. This is a Glimmercape 4-staff Muerta here.
Yeah, that is interesting. We would have expected somebody else to be trying to scale, and especially, I mean, it goes to show Liquid's mindset. They, between the Mage Slayer on the Slark, this double Solar Crest, the utility on Boxy, they really wanted to be able to win this part of the game. And while they're certainly not losing it, they are not dominating it like they were for the first 15 minutes.
And then it's a question of where's the scale going to come, right? If you're not running this game over with the Aegises that haven't done much for you, if the game is kind of stalled out, are you happy with your scale going into this later portions with the Slardar lineup? I think you're pretty happy as long as the Slark is continuing to get big. You got to remember, you can still throw this Alacrity plus a Solar Crest onto the Slark in these fights, and he's going to gain that attack speed that the hero really wants. He's just going to go to town. And the other factor here is we haven't seen a fight where Liquid have gotten BKBs yet. That's a big deal. Like, this secret lineup is thriving off the spell power right now, but a lot of that goes out the window if you get the double BKB up between the Slark and the Slardar. And Nishas is already done. So they're actually just going to commit for triple BKB timing here, try and line it up for that next Roshan, get that Aegis, and do a lot of damage in that window. This negates a lot of Boom's impact, negates a lot of Yamich's impact, unless you get a really good Soulbind to kite it out.
Speaking of Boom, he's level 16, man. He's doing great in levels, and he's approaching some very coveted levels, right? Level 18, so you have the level 3 ultimate, but then also right after that is the level 20, where you get the Brewling health, 1200. They're going to be pretty untouchable if they can get that faster than the BKBs you're talking about.
In Secret Scale, I feel like is almost, it's split between the Puck and Brew as much as it is the Razor, right? Like, if this Razor gets 6-slotted, of course he's going to be the biggest damage beast, but 5 or 6-slotted Puck in this game could just be an absolute menace. And Brewmaster, we've seen this hero do some serious right-click damage, and you got to remember, he has a Bloodlust to back him up. It's going to be a very interesting game as it pans out and it's just going later, and it feels like it's going to be going later here. And Secret look for a quick flank around tier 2 top, looking for Nisha up here.
It's going to be a hard catch because he's in the trees. They spot thanks to the plasma field. He immediately pops BKB, and they still almost beat him down in time either way. Losing that BKB charge right after you picked it up can't feel good for Liquid.
Little static link nerf coming into play.
I'm sure.
In the tier 2.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're talking about the fact he doesn't amp up the damage as quickly.
Yeah, it's slower. I'm saying it saved him there, but it will affect some of these like burst scenarios.
Sure.
Octarine done for mid one. So Secret getting to like their third set of items here, and just keeping this game static. However, BKBs are finishing for Liquid as Saberlight has finished his. You have the one done on Nisha, and Mickey is closing in here. So you have to imagine when that third BKB comes out for Liquid, you got to make a move. You got to get a fight going. And you want to get close to this Roshan spawn so you can just transition into total map control. You still have 2 minutes of nighttime as well. So if you can get this BKB finished on Mickey and use night for the fight, that would be ideal.
How does Team Secret approach fights against triple BKB?
Kite it out, right? You got to soulbind on 2 cores, best case scenario. But if you can't get that, you just have to survive the initial jump and kite it out. Play around Crystallis as much as possible. He's going to be pretty strong in his BKB duration. And of course, Brew Split is not bad here because I don't think Liquid are just bursting down these Brew. I don't think it's where their lineup necessarily excels until in the ultra late when, you know, Nisha's just right-clicking everybody into oblivion. Aggressive poke from mid one. He just wants to scout out some heroes. He also went for a Nemesis Curse.
Yeah, it seems like everyone wants this item now.
I mean,
could be the overtuned item of the patch.
Yeah, it's not bad, I guess. Looks weird on Puck.
It'll be interesting if he continues to scale into more of the right-click damage, right? He gets like the Aghanim Scepter and
Could
stuff.
go that route. Yeah, for sure. Smoke breaks in. Link's already out.
There it is, the Soulblind on it too. They only have 1 drain. They do have the swap to be able to defeat that, so they get Saberlight out of here.
Yeah, but it re-blinked.
Actually, okay, now he was able to blink himself away, but both the supports, they're going to be run down.
Crystallis felt untouchable in that. I mean, the second you get 2 heroes in the Soulbind, that fight is almost over unless you have Mickey coming in with a shard maybe later or something. And there's still no answer in terms of directly fighting this Razor. Like, you have all these buffs on Liquid side, but nobody is there to stand the ground with it. It doesn't matter. Didn't even have to use Split for that, by the way, and that's a level 3 Split as Boom is already level 18 here.
And hitting high ground. Already tier 3 tower.
Already
down to half
out.
health. Glyph is gone.
Mickey finishes his BKB and will take a tier 2 bottom. So they're going to wait for the heroes to be up. And they have triple BKB if they want to take the fight. Crystallis does not have his here, so there's no way you commit to this if you're Secret. But you are very happy with how this game has swung in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Rolt's coming back off cooldown, but Liquid want to catch them as they're retreating, TPing out to their outpost on the side of the map, and then trying to sweep in and see if they'll find anybody from Team Secret. Not the case here. They retreated all together back to the triangle.
It has to start with Mickey in the mix, though. Like, either he's initiating with the pokes off the Ags, or he's there to follow up on the Slardar Crush.
Well, he'll be right in the mix. They actually got the crush onto the Razor. So, yeah, the pick off on Over is great,
BKB.
but a kill onto the Crystallis Razor is so much bigger for Liquid.
Perfect smoke. You get a high ground ward, you get a really good angle. Secret just, I mean, Puppy's expecting it, but the crush on the back line just seals the fate for Crystallis, and his BKB was on cooldown for 3 more seconds off that fight top. So Secret not respecting how fast Liquid can get to that side of the map, and they didn't even have to use anything for it. All 3 BKBs still online for Liquid. As you gotta think about this next Roshan.
Mid one, hopping away. He's going to be going for that Aghanim Scepter. He's going to be cutting creep waves, which will help them with controlling this Roshan. It's going to be a late one, though. 2.5 minutes left.
The shard for Saberlight also helps these initiations a lot. It was a missing component, because he wants to go in and just crush the puck, get the amp, and not have to waste time casting his ult on the puck. Guarantee you can just bash him off of a primed bash, something like this. It might be enough where that little bit of chain stun guarantees you the pounce in, and it's only going to take 1 hit from Mickey.
Yeah.
Like, this puck is going to disappear if he's amped, and anybody's hitting him with the alacrity, the minus armor debuffs, the bench aura coming through. There's no armor on this puck at all. In fact, he's taking extra damage from the curse, so what is it, 14 armor with an 8% amp going through on 2,000 HP is good luck. You're just going to have to dodge it.
To be a test.
Another smoke.
Mid one's capabilities on this puck on a role that he hasn't been playing a whole lot in his career. Was playing the off lane for the last couple of years.
This is all about Roshan. Secret will have Radiant side control of it for now.
Kind of awkward for Team Secret. They have this control of it, and it's not actually spawned. Meanwhile, Team Liquid getting really could control the other parts of the map. Boxy's pushing in mid aggressively. Top's going in as well.
Maybe they'll just clean up a quick Tormentor, or will they? Oh, Saberlight opts not to.
Yeah, you can't do it nearly as easily now that the Tormentor can't go into negative armor.
And we're seeing some of the new itemization, the Veil for Boom. Like, this is going to be built into Ashivas for the Brewmaster, but seeing Veil on this hero with, Radiance Burn, Haze going through. Doesn't seem too bad.
No, no.
And their lineup's all magic damage. Now, it's pretty weak against triple BKB timing here.
Yeah.
But
you were already bad against triple BKB timing, right? Your whole plan was to kite it out, so. 6,000 net worth lead for Team Liquid. This game is going to break one way or the other over this Roshan fight, which, since it's such a late Roshan, may end up even coming down to being on a dire side. We'll see. They'll have about a minute of a stalemate around that Roshan pit.
Liquid can't take that risk, though. They have to smoke and contest this. They do not want to give it up. And this will be a daytime fight, so no Slark vision, but you have Hex on Nisha to start the fight off. Something that can surprise Secret here, and you have the Ags finish for Saberlight on the Slardar, so if he goes in, he's going to be way tankier than last time, but it's all about the lead off.
Mid one breaks it. Jump in from Saberlight, doesn't get it, immediately pounds in to follow that one up, and they got Soulbind on the Slark.
Double link.
This is perfect for Chrysalis.
Oh,
he's going to be able to output this.
So much damage.
This out. They're turning around, the physical damage is too much. Chrysalis got to get out of here, swap back into his death. Too much for him to handle, even with the damage being drained away from Mickey and Saberlight. It's not good enough, and Secret start crumbling around the pit now. Boom still has his ultimate out here. He'll try and collect. Oh no, there's that Hex, and the puck is in trouble, but the bounce didn't quite get there to follow it up. Mickey needs to be able to, oh no, Coil only latching on to the Invoker. Mickey's still okay for now. Gotta be careful of that silence. Mid one, cannot get caught by a single Sable, otherwise he's gonna die here, and almost gets hit. The fear is maybe one doesn't know. He hops away to his orb just in time. Saberlight almost gets him. Meanwhile, Boom is gonna be the offlaner that gets brought down, is eventually back into his full form.
We got Nisha.
He actually managed to get Nisha. Mid one stays alive and gets a kill. It's the only good thing in that fight for Team Secret, as everything else goes the way of Liquid.
Costly buybacks here from Secret. Is that initiation, it wasn't the best. I thought Secret were going to get way more out of it because they got a double core link, double link. Crystal's had 2 link buffs over 120 damage each. I thought he was just going to start melting people, but you're stuck in the puddle and Nisha's hitting you from the back. Saberlight's bashing you. You're getting stacks stolen off the Slark. He just disappeared. He needs more survivability in this type of fight. Liquid able to capitalize off of the big item pickups for this engagement. Really make them work. The Hexes and the puddle did a lot for Liquid's cores. Not to mention Mickey surviving all of this time. He's just building up the stacks, man. He ended up with like 30 stacks at the end of this.
Roshan did end up going to the other side of the map after that team fight, so Liquid going to be playing in some way to their own advantage. They didn't have to use any buybacks in that last team fight, so this is going to be an incredibly tough fight for Team Secret, but maybe they feel like this is an all-in. They have to do something here. Silence, though, keeps on landing onto the puck. The Soulbind, sure, but the puck is already caught and killed, and Chrysalis has already seen that Soulbind isn't good enough for him to just charge headlong into this Slardar, who cuts down another one as Yamage falls.
Maybe they'd want to rather have this dieback go on cooldown now outside of his base, but another costly death here, and yeah, the calling just wrecking him in the fights. He has no way to deal with the extended silence that just keeps procking on him, especially if he gets hit by any sort of slower bash. He needs a 4-staff bailout, right? And there's only one. It's on Yamage, and that's it. So if you don't 4-staff this puck out of the silence, he dies incredibly fast. The game has turned once more as 17k Goldie out of nowhere. Roshan controls. Slark will now take this Aegis, which is exactly what Liquid want. The ability for Mickey to play as aggressively as he wants as he finishes Disperser. Yeah, the damage is starting to pick up now.
It is going to be so tough to bring this Slark down once, let alone twice. So he's got free reign to take all these tier 2s.
And Alacrity is fully online. You have max XOR plus the level 20 talent. So you're looking at like 115 damage and attack speed. Just incredibly nasty.
Yeah, Slark may not be the best building hitter, but with an Alacrity, he'll chop it down pretty quickly. Glyph is going to go out immediately. Saberlight looking for an entrance, does find it. Yamage dies in an instant. Now they jump on a Boom as well. Thanks to the side, they're going to be able to burn him out of the mana thanks to the MP. He has a little bit more, but he has no chance to be able to pop his ultimate. Crystal's going to come too late. Tornado intercepts them, so no real rebuttal from Team Secret. That's just going to be a lane of barracks guaranteed for Liquid, it seems.
This is going to be a lot here as Yamage dies again.
Oh, die Yamage, that is terrible for them to be able to have. The coil is there. They're going to be able to take the first life away from the Slark.
Yeah, but that link was not the link Crystal needs to commit into the fight. So
yeah, 19 damage stolen.
Just going to be a Rax, and Liquid, they're going to linger. They know Yamage can't come back in this fight, and they likely know that Boom does not have 5 based on the fact he bought out the Shivas.
Ball back in, trying to mant it off. BKB immediately has to go out to Mickey. He's pulled back in. They need to steal as much damage from him as possible because you know he's going right back to hitting those buildings.
That's the Razor BKB, however. Big item to get out of their side as Mickey still has his, Nisha still has his. I mean, you just commit for Megas here? Like, are you that afraid of anything? You have the Depth Shroud to bail you out if things really go wrong. Oh, you don't have a wave.
Oh, that's that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what you're afraid of, is they're just going to have to retreat. I think that might have been Megas, for sure, almost.
Or at least it would have forced Secret into some
a really bad
potentially terrible fight.
Yeah, you don't have the Razor BKB, you have to take some fight like that. Secret will survive. 2 lanes, 25k gold lead now. It just exploded here. And another set of items that Liquid can fall back on. They are just stockpiling the auras. And we were talking about Boxy becoming another core. I mean, he started off with Glimmer Force Staff. He's now up to Pike Moon Shard. So this Morta is packing a punch. Also took the level 20 and level 15 damage talents. Honestly, Boxy is he's gonna shred Crystallis in these fights as well. This matchup is terrible for Razor.
I'll take that.
You just get pounded by the Pierce the Veil. Can't ever really go on him.
And he was taking some time there. Everybody's picking up their neutral items and then taking a while to choose what they want because, yeah, they've got to probably read what they do. He chooses the Ancient Guardian, which
4 damage.
Is an interesting one. It's 50 damage, but then it's an extra 50 if he's within 2,000 range of an Ancient. Not your own Ancient. It could be the enemy Ancient, too. So they go into the...
Yeah, so just blink in their base and
exactly.
kill everybody, right? It's a very interesting neutral. Like, 50 damage on its own is a lot. So I think Secret are probably going to opt for as much utility or survivability they can get, more evasion for Boom, but it's going to have to be damage out of Crystallis at mid one. Like, that is what you're going to have to scale into here, because you are battling up against a Vengeful Spirit lineup with a Vlad's Drum that Insania has built. It is a lot of extra damage coming through across the entire lineup, which are basically 4 right-clicking cores at this point.
Yeah.
So this is where this lineup just thrives. Like, it's hitting peak damage capability right now. And you're not going to have a lot of time to react in the fight. Which I think leads me to believe that Secret need to start finding the jumps themselves. Like, I think playing these fights reactionary that work a decent amount early on is just not going to work anymore. Because the damage is just overwhelming. Puppy picks up his own Vlads, trying to counteract it as much as possible, but it's just going to have to be the evasion out from Boom on the front line. And once more, I think Yalmich is still the most important piece. The Soulbind and the Ink Swells, that's what's going to win you these fights and kite out the BKB duration.
I'm also looking at Puck, just scaling for Team Secret, because obviously they're not going to be able to take control of this game and end it anytime soon. Somebody's got to help this Razor push to late game, and I don't know if Brewmaster can do it for you. Puck's got to do something here. But
he's still struggling versus the calling.
Yeah.
The biggest issue for mid one. Like, his scaling is going to come out decently in the damage, but the survivability is what I'm still worried about. Can mid one actually stick in the fight and not get caught by Boxy? If I'm Boxy, I'm almost just holding that spell for the Puck. Like, I'm waiting to see when he goes in, just hold it for him. I don't need to throw it out on maybe the Brewmaster if you think you can jump the Brew, burst him off the Chain Silence. But otherwise, just make mid one's life as hard as possible, and I think you're going to be very happy with that outcome. And of course, Liquid, they can close in on these level 25 talents as well. Slark's talents are great, but I'm looking at the Slardar one here. Undispellable Haze, if you really want it, is extremely troublesome in a lot of games. Honestly, this other 25 talent is not terrible either, but I think Saberlight's looking at the Undispellable Haze. Yeah. Like, all these Mantas go out the window, right? The Haze is going to stick on the Brew, it's going to stick on the Razor. Just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, when you combine it with the Shard and the initiation he's been getting time and time again, they're going to look for another one here. Didn't actually get the smoke on a Saberlight, but it may not matter. Mancha pulls back in there with the Harpoon. Lotus Orb bounces back, some spells though. They're caught inside the coil, they're going to snap it. Mickey with the Dark Pact is going to be able to get away. The Soulbind actually latched, but it was on the Venge who died.
Unfortunate latch there. Almost wanted him to live longer, maybe, but that Lotus did some work. Reflected a Venge stun with the Shard, so it bounced to both of them. They'll take the freebie for sure. Secret happy about that one.
And that'll get the puck closer to that, I believe he's getting a Parasma, right? Upgrade the Witchblade.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just more damage to come through off the right click. Somebody has to help pick up the slack.
Yeah, I mean, amplifying magic damage is not a bad play when your Brewmaster is doing quite a bit of it with his Radiance and such.
And AC for Crystallis. I mean, Secret's path to victory in the fight is like that fight extends, right? If you get onto the other side of the BKBs and the Slark doesn't have a lot of stacks, you still have the stronger spells. That's never going to change. Your spells are just flat out better, but you have to be in a position where heroes are still alive to use them.
Yeah, draw it out against the Slark. Don't feed away too many stacks.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult. And that's why Liquid want these late game talents, push the advantage ever more in their favor. As Mickey will pick up a shield rune here and complete a full Bloodthorn. And he is stacked right now. Ninja gear on top of it, so guarantee the initiation for him. You will see Crystallis here, but he's all alone.
Just take away some. There's that new item.
Yeah, Parasma. First time in Dota's history and competitive.
Well, and maybe having a 0% win rate after this.
Don't jinx.
I hope I jinx.
It's an interesting item. Like, you reduce magic resistance, you're dealing more magical damage. Your projectiles go out faster. Is some armor in there as well, which
it seemed like there was quite a trend of just a lot of magic damage going around, right?
Yes.
They amped up, what's that? I always forget that other item. That now you could do magic damage, toggle it.
I like how the tooltip for this, while we're paused, if you hover over Parasma, it just says new item. Like, new item.
7-3, new item.
And then devastating. That's the lore. Devastating.
Devastating. Period.
It's like they ran out of time for the patch. Yeah, just throw something in there for the lore. Devastating.
I'm just new. Well, you're doing all right for yourself in this game, Boxy.
Yeah, I think Boxy's had a pretty good career.
Oh, he's got the shard, and he's already got 2 stacks on him. Look at that.
Bad.
Getting a little bit of extra spell in.
He's scaling. And like I said, this matchup for Razor is one of the worst in the game. Like, I think they had an option where they could have played carry Mortha this game because the Razor matchup is just so favorable for the Mortha. But if Boxy can get there on his own from a 4, it's even better.
Yeah, they picked all this to, I mean, you were talking about at the start of the game, this Slardar is not supposed to have a good game, but Saberlight has excelled.
Yeah, that lane, I think, went a lot better for Liquid than they maybe anticipated or it should have, and it just catapulted them past a lot of the mid-game problems. Like we saw in a lot of those fights, his team fight impact in the mid-game wasn't that high, right? But if you get over that and you get to late game, then start to become a big problem again. This hero is always a menace with these late-game talents, Shard, Ags. You just become incredibly tanky and hard to deal with.
I mean, this guy's untouchable, man. He jumps in. If he's in the water, crushes. From his Aghanim Scepter, he gets all this bonus armor. He's got a cheese.
He's got an AC of his own plus a trick
full-out
cloak.
AC.
Yeah, this man's backpacking a full harpoon, so he's living the life right now.
He's trying to buy an Aghanim's Blessing next, just to open up one of those slots. That's how good of a game he's having.
Like, Secret going through the gate off this smoke that like didn't hit everybody, but trying to find any sort of pick off, any sort of good ward to prepare for next Roshan. Catch Liquid off guard. I mean, Liquid, do they know they're all up there? I don't think they do, but the thing is you have creeps in your base right now if you're Secret, so the issue's getting forced a little bit. Nonetheless, Mickey's gonna run in and someone's gonna get surprised here.
And it's gonna be Boom. He jumped on, looking like they could probably bail him out. Being pulled back in.
That's a double link.
Mickey, yeah, he's getting a lot of this damage, and they just can't break those links fast enough. Problem is,
you have to force the fight if you're Secret.
Yeah, Liquid's just resetting, and Secret is gonna run out.
And your base is getting hit. There's Forge Spirits in your base, so Crystallis, he has plus 360 damage. If you can't take the fight with the double link damage, you're very sad, and Liquid have identified you don't have to force this that hard, I think. Like, they're happy playing around the Night Vision off the Slark, letting this lane push in.
Secret, if
but
Roshan's
up,
around,
so.
yeah, Roshan's up, but
right, now you have to force it.
They do have this amplify damage on mid one. He's gonna do a lot here. Doesn't get hit by the fear shot. Good face shift. Gonna leave him a little bit awkward as he gets in left side. There goes that 4-step, but Saberlight with a big entrance into the team fight. Went straight for Crystals. Gotta swap back out. Breaking out that swap, and there goes Mickey right onto the Razor to finish him off. Just like that, Liquid take full control of the fight. Now they're just going to run down whoever's left. They don't lose anything for this. Well, okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Boom does manage to clean up that one kill on the support, but
Homage came back in. He's going to die back here as mid one also goes down on the backside. This Hex from Nisha has disabled the puck completely, and that'll be a swift Roshan here as damage numbers, they're just starting to pick up across the board. Like, you're looking at the second most damage coming out of Liquid. It's Boxy. It's just Pierce the Veil Muerta sitting there, just dealing with Crystallis. He does not have an answer for all this damage coming through. I mean, AC is something, but it's not nearly enough. He's just getting outmatched. In fact, he is now behind Boxy in net worth as this Muerta is truly a carry. That'll be an Aegis.
They gave him the blessing too, so just one more bit of control against the puck or the Razor if they want it.
Liquid in full control of this game, and just a matter of closing it out now. 30K gold lead. This lineup showing no signs of slowing down as they have all their level 25 talents now. So extra Essence Shift duration, Undispellable Haze, and double the effects for Invoker. And of course, Mega Creeps to back it all up, but I don't think they're going to stop there, and why would you?
Another 15 seconds till Yamich is back up. Still Liquid can start taking away some of these towers if they want. Boy, Boom dies fast. He went into that one. The side device is almost not enough. They pull back in with the Harpoon. They get him. Now the buyback. They have to get something out of this, and it's going to be the coil onto 2. Yamich just now coming back up. They want that Soulbind to be able to get the double action. There it is. Soulbind is now out, and he's got the latch onto the 2 of them. The swap team get him far enough away. Crystallis is getting a lot out of this one. He's managed to take down 2 of the cores. The problem is Mickey's still up, and he's slicing and dicing through Crystallis bit by bit. They do manage to take him down one time. Second life coming back up. They have the control of the Soulbind.
They got the puck.
What it takes to be able to get Mickey. Midwad gets popped, has to buy back immediately, but they can't stop Team Liquid from retreating. Team Liquid are the ones to buy back. They want to try and end this game here.
Double buyback from them. This is all in. They did lose the Aegis. They still have 2 cheeses.
Trying to burst out the Earth Bandit, doesn't quite get it. Boom, back into play. Mickey jumped into this one. Problem is that they just can't get through this calling with all this other AoE. Fortunately, Boom is pretty tanky. He's getting away, but no, he didn't run out now. Dead for 2 minutes. Crystallis barely able to survive. Boxy goes for him, trying to manage to dodge some of those shots. Boxy eats the cheese. He stays alive, but Crystallis, time is a problem. You can heal up as much as you want, but the Ancient is a problem that you cannot ignore, and he gets swapped back into his doom. Buys back immediately, but the glyph is now expired, and Liquid will end it 2-0. Over Team Secret.
Devastating amounts of late game damage coming through from this lineup. I mean, Boxy turning into that 4th core really just pushed it over the edge. I think Crystallis can have larger impact in those fights and maybe bring his net worth back, but like, not when he's up.